Hey kids. I'm gonna try to be a little bit fun for this video, but I am feeling entirely out of it, just spectacularly so. A couple weeks ago, I did a video on my dog dying. So Grace is gone, she's been gone for a bit, and I am fucking chill about it. And on that video, I was asked by, Humanist Andrew, also thank you. I was asked to do a video about my views of death. I am a supremely nihilistic person. This vlog, this channel is lousy with fucking negative ass views of really any and all aspects of life that you could think of. And so, why would death be any different? In the past, I've done videos on the loss of a loved one, so looking at death as a social experience, being a person like left behind in the wake of a death. And I've done a video on a near-death experience, and so I guess dying, like firsthand, and how that experience went. So while I've done some videos centered around death, I really haven't spoken out about my views in depth, I suppose. Before I get too far into shit, let me give you guys a nice little trigger warning, because there is going to be some mention of suicide. Because that's the kind of life that I lead. It's great. Really, the long and short of it is that, to me, death is inevitable. It is inescapable. And I see absolutely no reason to waste time worrying about it. For me, it's probably a matter of when I decide to go, over the world deciding I should go. I am atheist, so I believe that when you die, that is fucking it. In talking about death and your views of death, you have to address life. That is, invariably, you have to. And for me, life is supremely uncomfortable. There are so many components of life that I just find tedious. It's the living part that I don't like. And so I spend a good amount of my time not wanting to exist. And I felt this way for a very long time. Very, very long time. Since I was like in middle school, I wanted to not exist. And it's become more and more frequent to the point that it is my only setting. There is no off switch to the fuck that is my existence and my thoughts about my existence. It is so fucking inconsequential. It just, why the fuck am I here? I have no purpose whatsoever. It's disgusting. And really what that is the poor man's suicidal ideation. It's like passive suicidal ideation. And let me explain why. Because there is a distinct difference, for me at least, between wanting to not exist and wanting to die. I mean, that sounds like the same thing, right? No, not so much. In wanting to die, there's an urgency. There's a lot of stress involved in wanting to die. There's also this feeling of, not intent, but like, bitch, this could be very, very possible. This is within your power. While not wanting to exist is not something that is necessarily within my power. It's just something that I want. It's my response to discomfort. Wanting to die is like, yo, we could totally act on this shit. And so there is this urgency, there is this stress that is like intrinsic to wanting to die. And I'm just really, not fucking interested in being stressed out. I don't want to be stressed out. And so that's something that I avoid. I just avoid it. In suicidal behaviors, similarly, there's passive and active. So an example of passive suicidal behavior would be crossing the street, like, real slow, like, you know what I mean. Crossing the street, like, real slow, in the hopes that, like, an errant car will take you out. Or taking the wrong amount of a medicine. It's testing the waters, so to speak, because like any experience, you don't want to dive head first into it. And you're not in a place where you feel it is so urgent to take care of. As a person that has, major depression or whatever. You don't want to dive all the way into it. You wanna test out the waters. You wanna see, how exactly does this feel? Is this something that I can do? Like, is this possible? And I think that you will find that a lot of people who successfully commit suicide have had a lot of attempts or a lot of behaviors that are harmful, whether it's to themselves or to other people. There's often something amiss, and I always find it funny that there's a lot of respect for people who commit suicide as opposed to people who attempt it. I think that's fucking funny because any one of those attempts could be successful. But, you know, it's kind of written off as being attention-seeking and kind of pathetic and a little moronic. In my experience, at least, when people talk about people who are suicidal. But yeah, I'm not suicidal. Don't get it fucking twisted. Not interested in living, but I'm also not really interested in dying. Not at the moment. Not quite yet. I tend to think that sometime in the future, probably later rather than sooner, I will lose track of which way is up, which way is down. I will detach from reality more so than I've been detached in the past. And that will coincide with a particularly bad ideation spell. And I'll punch in my time card before it's time to leave. I absolutely believe that is something that is imminent in my future. And I've kind of reconciled myself with the thought, but it causes the people around me, reasonably so, causes them a lot of concern, a lot of worry. My husband finds it disturbing that I am absolutely okay with the thought that I might kill myself one day. And I get it. I absolutely fucking get it. But I mostly don't care. So there's that. So yeah, my thoughts about death aren't all that bad. Well, my thoughts on life are pretty bleak, and that makes death seem more appealing. But I don't know necessarily if that's, you know, what I want for myself. I really just don't want to exist, in all honesty. That would be so fucking lit if, like, just right now, I could just wink out of existence. You know how fucking great that would be? Oh. And, like, I have things that I would like to actualize. I am in the process at all times of trying to find a purpose, trying to find a meaning to life that will keep me here for the next few seconds, next minutes, next fucking hour, next days, next years. I want to find something that makes me feel like this shit is worth it, and I haven't found it, and I'm not gonna try to hold my fucking breath trying to find it either, because, like, Jesus fucking Christ. So in a nutshell, those are my thoughts about life and death. Life is an itchy, ill-fitting sweater, and death is no clothes at all. And I fucking love being naked, let me tell you. So maybe if I can find an outfit that is a little bit more comfortable, maybe that will be better. Maybe that'll make me want to invest in my own existence, but so far, not so great. We'll see though. We'll see. And I'll be around for a while, so you don't have to worry. But, not forever. Until next time, y'all, I will bid thee adieu.